sourcing days that we've had in quite some time. And in hindsight, I would have probably looked for other estate sales or maybe the bin store in place of yard sales on this.
Hey, so I'm super excited to show you what I've got today. And so this is a lesson about anytime you're at a thrift store, be sure to take a quick pass through the toy section, even if toys aren't really your thing. And we do like to buy toys, but they just have to be the right ones, right? Just like anything else. But recently Camden was at a thrift store and just found one of the totes where they have almost like a mystery assortment of items where you can't truly see everything that's in there, but you can get a good sample size. They're generally in like clear totes and they just put a lump sum pricing. But this is the second time in like probably 6 months that we found an absolute motherlode of awesome vintage toys. So recently Camden found a $15 lot of vintage Star Wars items that we sold very quickly, and just super awesome finds. And I'll try to show you some of those sales on the screen as well that we had. But this one could be up there with it. So this entire lot, believe it or not, that we bought was $9.99. And I don't know, I'm gonna show you what's in this actual lot here in just a second. But $9.99, and this is pretty insane. So super excited to show you. And I don't know a ton about vintage toys. I know a little bit about a lot, but not a lot about anything. One of those deals. So, but I do know there's tremendous value here. And I'm gonna also try to show you some of the things that have sold already. So I'm filming this, and I'll probably release this next week. So I'm gonna see, because we're listing all of these items, so I'm gonna see just in a few days how many of these things go, because some of these items have super, super high demand for collectors. So the first thing I'm gonna show you is this little dude from Dune, this worm trimmer looking guy. This thing has comps $140, $150. And this is just one of the things that was in that lot. So, but anyway, just super excited. I mean, what a find, just this alone for $9.99. And so check out some of these other things. Like these are from, so there's a couple items that look like from DC Comics. So this is a Penguin character, I think around circa late 1970s. This Superman, late 70s Superman. There's also these little wind-up robots from Tommy, I'm not sure. A toy expert's probably shaking their head right now, not even knowing what I'm sitting on here. And then whoever this guy is. And we'll probably use Google Images for a lot of these things to just research them a little bit further so we can kind of know the value. There's also this entire lot, and a lot of these were labeled, so almost like it was a collector that had, or I've always got a theory that there's a mother or a father out there that maybe their kid left and they're just like fed up with a bunch of stuff being in, and they take it into a thrift store. But you see this was labeled Dungeons and Dragons. So I mean, you've got this little gal with her scepter here, which can actually add a lot of value, having the especially if it's complete, and we'll need to research this. We've got this little wizard Merlin looking guy here. Another, what I'm assuming is Dungeons and Dragons. We'll need to check this. This may be, I don't think this is Dungeons and Dragons, but this cool little guy, he could be like Battlestar Galactica, or I don't know. I'll have to see. And then there's this guy who looks like he's fully assembled, which is really cool. So we'll research that. There's also a couple of these figures. There's the little troll looking guy, and then whoever that is. So really cool. So that's another one that we found, and so there's plenty more to show you, so check it out. There's this King Kong figure. I think this is dated, I don't know, I think we did research this one. This one is dated 1970, maybe 71. I can't tell for sure, but we'll research that. There's this, just a regular dinosaur that was in there that may have some value. Some dinosaur stuff can do really well. Here's another dinosaur. And then this right here may be one of the best items in the entire lot. So this is Tron. And so there's this little vehicle deal here, and then here's some of the characters. I'm trying to be very careful because some of these things are very delicate, but check out how cool that is. Like, these are, I mean, there's the red one and there's this one, but this may end up being in that same $150, $170 item if we lot all of these together. So just unbelievable what you'll find sometimes. I believe this looks like Star Wars, although this little ship, I believe, is something to do with Battlestar Galactica, if I'm not mistaken. Again, this is another ship from what I'm assuming to be Battlestar Galactica as well. If I'm wrong, I'll try to flash it on the screen. Same deal here. This is another ship that we'll do some research on. I was trying to see. I think these are all like late 1970s, if I'm not mistaken. Then another cool find, I don't know if these carry as much value, but still decent, are these little ET figures. So there's one. There's the ET dressed up. Another ET phone home with his phone. There's another guy, and then there's two more of these ETs. So super cool find to see. You know, those are probably, when did ET come out? Maybe like in 85, 86, somewhere in there. So I'm assuming those are probably from the original movie. What else do we have here? These are Battlestar Galactica figures. So you got this guy. Again, I'm not a Battlestar Galactica guy to know what these guys are. But you've got, we have this one. We have this one. And there's this one who's already lost his arm, which is unfortunate. His arm still is in here, so we may still be able to sell that. I mean, it's crazy, but some people buy these for parts. And here's another guy. He lost his arm as well. And but I think we have the arms, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they're in here. And there's a gun in here. And then there's this guy right here. And I've already shown you the other armless guy. So really cool finds there. Another one that we had are these Buck Rogers toys. So one cool thing about these Buck Rogers vintage toys, and I think these are probably late 70s as well, but you can see like all the bolts and the screws in the arms and everything. So you'll see there's several individual ones in here. So some of those may be $20, $30, $40 a piece. And so it really starts to add up. We've got these like vintage space guys. So I don't know exactly what those are worth either, but we'll research that. I've also got this vintage Godzilla, and I think, again, this is late 70s. I'm not 100% sure, but this may be $40, $50 on its own. So a really good find there. And then this is Black Hole. And I'm trying to remember what this is from. It might be Tron. But you see this little guy, and I'm being very careful because he is very delicate, but just super cool as well. I should have a counter on how many times I've said super cool. But we've got this Gremlins guy, which I really like. And I'm assuming that's probably from the original movie as well in the mid-'80s. Then we've got this lot of Star Trek. And I think these are Star Trek figures from one of the early or original movies. So I'm not going to take each one of those out, but you can kind of get an idea there. Here is another toy that's, I'm not 100% sure what this is from. Maybe it's a Battlestar Galactica deal as well. This last item I'm going to show you is this Clash of the Titans. So again, another really neat find. But check out these dudes. You got this guy. You've got this individual. This one may be rare, and I don't know if this is supposed to be Satan. But I think this one, if I'm not mistaken, that was one of the rare ones. And then you've got this Grim Reaper looking skeleton guy. And then the last thing that was in here was this Hot Wheels that actually had value. So there were several other things in this lot that did have that were in there in the $9.99 that were virtually worthless. They were just a few kids' toys. So it was a pretty sizable deal for $9.99. So definitely stay tuned, because I'm going to try to get a count for how much I think that we'll have. And throughout this video, I've hopefully shown you some of the things that I've already sold. So anyway, the lesson is always check it out, because like I said, second time in 6 months, one lot of Star Wars stuff for $15 that we're probably already over $1,000 in sales on. This one, I don't know if it'll be in that vicinity, but it could be. I don't know. We're definitely going to check it out. So anyway, always check out those toys. So here's a final breakdown. So everything that you saw today, I know you probably weren't doing the math, but we've already sold $612.38 from that $9.99 lot, which is absolutely amazing. So I am going to appraise or estimate that this total lot is going to be worth around $1,350. And I can say that with some reasonable assurances, because we've already seen the things sell really close to what we've asked for them so far. So just goes to show you that if you keep trying to hit base hits, shopping at thrift stores, estate sales, or wherever it may be, you will hit some grand slams. And I think you've seen that if you've watched any of our other episodes. Every once in a while, we'll hit an absolute grand slam. So anyway, $9.99 into $1,350. Again, you can't expect that every time, but I hope you enjoyed watching that. I know we were super excited. And so if you like content like this, please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. And we'd be certainly blessed if you would. Thanks so much, and hopefully see you on the next one.